I was in the studio thinking about what should we be working on that day. I looked at him and I'm like, Andrés, I want to do a club song. He's like, eh? What? Yeah, I want to do a club song.
Cette girl c'est East africaine pour qui se prend-elle genre y'a pas mieux qu'elle ouais. Cette girl c'est East africaine pour qui se prend-elle genre y'a pas mieux qu'elle non. Melanin, 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 melanin.
TAKUTÁ. TAKUTÁ is my baby. TAKUTÁ is the first single of the whole rollout, the whole project. It marked this whole chapter in my life. To me, TAKUTÁ is a project within the project. The way I created TAKUTÁ, I wonder if I have any footage of that because we were laughing. So I was in LA with my friend and producer who produced a lot on the project, you'll see. Andrés Rebellón. So Andrés, who's also a fellow Virgo, I love working with Virgos because they get shit done and they're honest. And I remember, I was at his place and he went out to do something, or he had a call or whatever, I don't remember. I was in the studio thinking about what should we be working on that day. He came back and he's like, yo, Shay, I was listening to your song Good Together. And it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written. It's very R&B, soulful, like, he's like, we should do something like that, you know, like subtle. And I looked at him and I'm like, Andrés, I want to do a club song. He's like, eh? What? Yeah, I want to do a club song. A club song like what? So he started laughing. I'm like, well, like, since yesterday, I've been having this melanin idea. Like very upbeat and énervé. And he's like, okay, so what's your idea? And thank God he's open-minded, going with the flow. He trusts me, and it was just funny to him. But we really went from his happiness of, like, just his joy, like, Shay, we should do something like Good Together. I'm so inspired today. And then, like, no, I want to do a club song. Not, like, these are opposite genres to me. The result of those two look completely different. And Facets is a lot of that. It's a lot of just, again, like self-discovery, trying to come up with songs, but still going in different pockets, exploring. I love doing that. I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. And I try to trust my songwriting style, my voice to be the silver lining. But yeah, I like trying different things. He's like, okay, let's do it. He's Colombian. So he knows we listen to Latin music and what could be an inspiration for the song. It was the most hilarious studio session I've ever had. We were just laughing for 3 hours straight, laughing at each other ideas because they were coming in fast, like a conversation. Like, I'm like, let's do this. He's like, yeah, let's do that. But they were crazier. Like, it was just crazy. And they had nothing to do with my past music. So it was just hilarious for that reason. And he's like, you should do in the background, like the shouting. So he showed me how to do it. Then I recorded it. But I was dying laughing that I would be like, ra, takuta. I did that at the beginning. That's my voice when the song starts. So he was laughing at that. And then I'm like, oh, I should moan in the song because it's cunty. I was thinking about my East African gay friends. It's very a mix of my European side because I'm French and East African and Djiboutian, wrapped in the Shay Lia persona confidence, but with my sassiness as Michonese. That's my name, that's me, and I speak French all day. So that's why the first verse is actually in French. It came out naturally that way. So I'm moaning in his ear for 30 minutes because I'm still a perfectionist and I was trying to reach a certain note. And he's like, Shay, I think we got it. I'm like, no. it's just, yeah, it's this whole session, but he's a close friend now. I consider him to be a real friend. So it's one of those moments that I think made a friendship even like better. So that's what happened for the song of TAKUTÁ, sonically. Then I sent it to my team, my label. They were like, oh, okay. Like, everyone was surprised. But I would get the same level of euphoria every time I would play it to anybody. And I love listening to myself being this way on the song. Because I'm like, yeah, bitch. Like, talk your shit. Like, I just like that. I like the boldness of it. And it's another side of me. It's like it unlocks facets of me. That's why it's called Facets. I explore them or I unlock them, which is interesting. So I showed it to some of my specific friends I had in mind when I wrote it. They were screaming. And I was like, okay, I have to do a music video. It has to be the first single, first of all. And then I have to make a music video out of it. I checked and I was like, okay, if we do a music video, I have to be dancing in it. I have to own the fact that I dance, because people know me for it, recognize me for it because of the Boiler Room video, or just because they know me personally and they know how I dance when I love the music. Anywhere, it's like that. Anywhere I go, if I love the music and I get lost in it long enough. So I'm like, okay, but now instead of being for that shit to go viral every year, and I never really took the opportunity to really dive into that talent of mine, or that way of expressing myself fully through the work. I do it as me outside, but I don't have a project using movement like that. So I thought maybe TAKUTÁ is it. It's so like extra. I talked to my team. We came up with this concept together, and I just kind of created my little fame moment. I love that about my job. Honestly, it's a nightmare sometimes, the process, the politics of it all, and just the reality, the stress, whatever. But I just love, again, when I have an idea, the vision, and I'm just trying to make it happen. And along the way, I put myself in certain situations that are just dreamlike to me. If I think about myself, like when I was a kid, watching rehearsals and videos on YouTube in Djibouti, this tiny Muslim country that has camels outside and a whole different tradition. And now I'm creating that thing for myself. So just the idea of going to Toronto for it, because I'm in Montreal, to rehearse, being in a dance studio with choreographers, my soul was so happy to do that and test myself in that sense, because I'm a dancer and I consider myself to be a dancer in a natural way, but I'm not a trained dancer. So it was interesting to see with actual choreographers how well I would do or not, if I was able to catch up. That was very interesting to me to know, because I've never taken many dance classes like that. So that was amazing. And then we worked on, the concept of it, being aware of the budget. So we had to adapt some of the ideas because of the budget, let's be honest. I was like, okay, well, the budget is what it is. It's just going to be me in the video. We can't have a bunch of dancers. And then it ended up being better than we thought, because sometimes things happen for a reason. But so we had to make it work. It had to be one day of shoot. It's just, that's the reality of that business at my level, at least. So the director, Wade, had already like an idea of how he wanted to do this thing. And I knew I wanted to see beauty in there. I wanted to see my big hair. I wanted for it to be a performance piece, freedom in the movement, attitude because of the lyrics and the energy of it. And it had to have that little editorial visual thing. It has to be pristine. That was important to me. So I was like, okay, if the budget we're limited with that, I'd rather be just me and not a bunch of dancers around me. But can you guarantee me that it's going to be editorial? The quality of the image will be good. That's my priority. The lighting, that was important to me because I love fashion. But I also wanted for the music video, for the music video to be cohesive with the cover art. It was important to me, and all the visuals you see, the covers, that's me. So the way I put that together is that I listen to my music, I come up with a mood board, because there's a lot of information in the song, energy, how I want to be seen for that specific song. I learned a lot that day. I tested my limits, because I'm not trained to shoot for 10 hours and dance most of the time. And it's very demanding. It was concrete on the floor, very cold. I was covered in bruises, but it was a lot of fun. It was mostly women and women of color on the day of the shoot. It was a beautiful project when I think about it. It's those baby steps, baby projects, I think will echo bigger ones later, because we did them in a very professional way. And I pushed myself. To me, it was very pristine the way we did that. And that's what I'm trying to do in order to be able to add more budget later on and take on bigger projects. So yeah, TAKUTÁ is a long episode, because it's from I have this melanin idea to, okay, action, dance this way, rehearsal, music video. So the music video is out there. Go check it out, guys. I hope you like it if you have seen it already. I saw a few reaction videos to it, which made me very happy. And when I check on the comments, I love the references and how people perceive the song. It's so nice to step back, really sit, because once it's out, it's not mine anymore, and see how fans take it. And if the references are spot on, because it means I communicated well or expressed myself the way I wanted to. So that was TAKUTÁ.